everyone, this is the Diamond Daily Episode 5, BlizzCon Day 1 coverage. This video is sponsored by Alienware. Please visit them at www.alienware.com and follow them on Twitter at twitter.com/alienware. They're a great sponsor. We really appreciate having them with Stellar Lotus, so make sure and check them out. Today I'm going to cover what all happened at BlizzCon Day 1. First of all, sorry. Allergies are wrecking me today, so if you see me using a Kleenex frequently, that's why. Normally, I'm not going to do coverage and largely just covering what gets announced by Blizzard. Like every hero, when they announce it, I'm not going to make a Diamond Daily about it. But BlizzCon's a very special event. It's very large. There's the esports side going on as well. So I'm going to cover pretty much everything that was announced as well as the esports here. And we're going to start with cho'gall. The biggest announcement and one of the most relevant announcements, because cho'gall is set to be released on the 17th, is the hero from World of Warcraft. cho'gall is going to be a very, very unique hero. It's controlled by two people. Each player has his own set of abilities, however, only one can control the movement. It's a very fun character. He carries his horse when he mounts up, carries his horse over his shoulder and actually gets bonus move speed from it. It looks like I'm really excited for a character like cho'gall, because what cho'gall represents is Blizzard's willingness to go so far outside the box to come up with something that's even crazier than Abathur, right? They've said, you won't be able to solo queue as cho'gall in quick match. You'll have to pair up with someone before you even queue. You'll have to pick them in the same round and pick some mans. Pretty crazy hero. I'm super duper excited. Also, how they're doing it where you can play cho'gall with people to give them cho'gall and also get bonus gold. This character is really fun. I am not a big World of Warcraft person. I played Warcraft 3, but I don't remember cho'gall being in it or being important, so I didn't really care, even though a lot of people were requesting them. This is really cool. I can't wait to play him. I'm not gonna. If you're looking to know all his abilities, go check out the Blizzard website. They have all that. I'm not gonna sit here and read each ability. He looks insanely fun. He looks like he could be a legitimate competitive pick if you get two players that are well coordinated. It could be devastating in a competitive setting. So I'm really interested to see how it works, how the rule sets will evolve around cho'gall. The one obviously possible negative side effect if your Cho controls the movement of Cho and Gall. So if Cho DCs, the AI takes over, and that's probably going to be pretty rough. But overall, I believe cho'gall is due out the 17th, and that's pretty cool. I can't wait to play him. The second hero that was announced was Lunara. She is first daughter of Cenarius, a dryad. She looks like a very mobile, almost like an AD carry, but not. She's sort of like some weird combination between like a Callista and Nidalee, if you played League of Legends. Very, very mobile, very fast. Has a debuff on her auto attack, like a poison debuff that she can further enhance with one of her abilities. I didn't really care about a Dryad character. I'm also very excited for Lunara. So both cho'gall and Lunara are two characters that I normally wouldn't be really hyped for. And I think Lunara could bring a much needed missing element to ranged assassins, a hypermobile. She can't mount, but from my understanding, she has like permanent 20% move speed. Excuse me 1 second. So that will be pretty interesting to see. The next character is Greymane. Greymane is a character that is going to shapeshift between a worgen and a human form. I'm really glad to see a character like Greymane, because I reference League of Legends a lot, but it is a game I played, and shapeshifters in League of Legends were a lot of fun. It took a while for Riot to learn how to balance them, but overall, I think they're a positive addition to the game. And finally, getting a proper shapeshifter into Heroes of the Storm is a good first step, even if Greymane himself ends up being not a good character. However, a melee warrior, he looks like he has a lot of engage potential in the video I saw of his kit. Pretty cool. Next thing is Gul'dan. No kit or anything. Gul'dan, one of the most crucial characters in the whole Warcraft storyline. Fan favorite. No surprise they're adding him. They just announced in the Q&A that they were working on him. No ETA. He's not announced. He's not on the list. Like, we don't know when he'll be released. Again, I'm not the biggest World of Warcraft player. I did play Warcraft 3, and he was obviously, and Warcraft 2. He was relevant in both those. So good to see popular characters being added. The next one I'm really excited for. And that's this little lady. Tracer from Overwatch appears as if she will be likely the first Overwatch character added in. She will be available. How she was confirmed is they announced the Overwatch bundle, or the Overwatch edition, Origins edition. And one of the perks that was listed as if you buy this is the Tracer hero in Heroes of the Storm. I think Tracer, I have not played Overwatch myself yet. I'm not in the beta, but she looks like a lot of fun. She seems like she'd be a really cool AD carry um, style of play that could be really good for Heroes of the Storm. In and out, real mobility based, really fast. Will reward good players. At least that's what I hope her design is like. What we'll see. That's not until I forget when it was, like spring next year. So she's not that due up that soon, but I can't wait. Towers of Doom is a new map, and it is the next to be released. It is fully unique from the other maps in that you cannot attack the core whatsoever. You have to win through map objectives, and there's no keeps. There's only forts that, when you kill them, they're down for a period of time, and then they respawn for the team that killed them. So you can have multiple forts in one lane. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's interesting because it's like a built-in comeback mechanic. I imagine every time you kill the fort, you'll get experience for it, and when your enemy gets a bunch of forts on your side, you'll be able to here and there go and clear them out. Um, I think Temple or Towers of Doom looks like a very exciting map. I'm really, really interested to try it. Arena was the new mode that was announced as well. This is the first alternate mode, completely different from the main game. The TLDR version is crazy stuff. You can have a composition of all the same hero. You can have a composition of 3 of the same hero. There is basically fighting over a single objective in a very small map, a very casual mode. You have access to all the heroes, and you don't select any talents besides your ultimate. You select your level 10 ultimate. That's it. This is great because I was actually talking with a player today about it, and he goes, you know what, we need to keep the casuals entertained. This will be some fun for us too. This is perfect. This is type stuff Heroes needs. I'm really excited for Arena because it's something, if I have a friend that's not good at MOBAs and really sucks and he's like bronze level, I can play this mode with him. It won't be a big deal. There's no rank. At least I hope to God there's no rank. But so I'm really excited for Arena. I'm not going to spend much more time on it. Esports. Winter Clash All-Stars for DreamHack is going to have Heroes of the Storm. Not a BlizzCon specific announcement, but I really, really like DreamHack as an organization. I really hope Heroes becomes a thing that goes with every DreamHack and becomes one of their premier titles. So, 2 thumbs up. Now the fun stuff. I love the announcements, don't get me wrong, but esports. The BlizzCon Heroes of the Storm World Championship resumed today. In Group A, we saw Team YL 2-0 GIA, and then Dignitas followed it up with 2-0 YL. So Dignitas and Cloud9 are teams that advanced. Cloud9 had already advanced last week. Group A went exactly as I expected it. GIA was severely outclassed. I'll be real, Taiwan did not deserve a spot at this World Championship. Like, I know TPA, I know it's a really big cultural thing in Taiwan. Um, GIA spot was actually completely wasted. People will point to the Cloud9 series as like they had close games with Cloud9. If you thought this series was close, you do not know anything whatsoever about Heroes of the Storm. What happened is Cloud9 decided to mess around, sandbag drafts, and just mess around in game. Like at one point, Dunk Train solo medevac to a core and then B walked at the core. The only reason GIA didn't get crushed every game is because Cloud9 was dicking around, and then they got obliterated by YL because YL tried. If by chance next year's BlizzCon is only 8 teams again, Taiwan needs to go through some other region. This could have been a spot for Korea. This could have been an international wildcard spot. We could have done better in GIA. This team isn't even like top 50 in the world right now. Honestly, like NA teams are like 12th, 13th, 14th would probably be GIA. Unless I'm wrong about the Cloud9 series, but I know I'm not. Dignitas and YL was a relatively good series. However, Dignitas was just simply the superior team. That's what I expected. I really felt that China is the, as far as regional strength it goes, Korea, North America, heading into this is my prediction. Korea, North America, Europe, China. I think Dignitas, and I thought the difference between Europe and China was larger than the difference between Korea and Europe. Um, I think while China is a good up and coming region, that they're gonna be struggling a lot in the future when they play a lot of Korean and when Cloud9 goes over there. So E-Star is really good. So I really wish E-Star had been here. Group E was where the fun happened. From last week, Navi already advanced. That was done. So Braveheart played Tempo Storm and beat them. DK then went on to beat Braveheart 2-1. DK is the other team that's advanced. So let's talk about this group. Braveheart and Tempo Storm. I really wish I had been a fly on the wall of around Tempo Storm's training this entire week. Because my guess is they trained 5 times as hard, 5 times the intensity that they had leading up to this event. And because they trained so hard and likely had a lot of tough losses, they completely morally defeated themselves. They looked like a radically different Tempo Storm than showed up versus DK. The Tempo Storm that went 2-1 with DK would have crushed Braveheart 2-0. And I know Braveheart went 2-1 with DK, but we'll discuss that later. I'm really disappointed in Tempo Storm. Like, I know they've had long-standing issues and they've been really, really screwed by the Blizzard rules. But they basically lost to like 3/5 a team. And, you know what, this is World Championships. Like, I understand the issues suck, but it's very clear at this point to both the Tempo Storm players and the public that as soon as BlizzCon is done, they're going to be able to reorganize things to make everyone happy. And the fact that they weren't able to put it all aside and show up, it's heartbreaking to see. Tempo Storm is likely, unless they have the craziest 180 and become the best team in the world next year, is likely going to go down as the best team that never was. They were the best team in the world when it didn't matter. And when it's getting serious, when there's a $200,000 prize pool, they dropped out to a team that didn't even exist 2 weeks ago. They couldn't put aside their personal stuff and play through, and they drafted poorly and played poorly. And there's no like I'm a fan of NA and I want North American teams to win the championship, but I can be real, and that Tempo Storm did not. They said they weren't disappointed with their performance. Generally on Twitter, they should have been. Listen, if they had gone here and lost to DK twice in the group, DK is the favorite team going in to the whole event to win it. that's something you can be not ashamed of. You know what? We lost to DK, and DK is amazing. Braveheart's not amazing, and they wanted to lose to DK, and they've had some close games with DK, but it was very obvious that DK was just a superior team. And no matter how good the individual players of Braveheart were, DK's team coordination and team fighting was superior because they had been a team longer, and they used that to pull out the 2-1 along with better drafting. And it was the exact same key to victory for both Tempo Storm and DK. DK executed, Tempo Storm didn't, and DK, that's why DK's farther. I'm really sad that Tempo Storm's out of the tournament. When you look back in their history, they won so many events, but they did not win MSI. They did not win North American Regionals. And they did not even make it out of groups at the World Championship. Um, if they had won, somehow magically won this World Championship, they would go down probably as best team in Heroes history for like the next 3 to 4 years. It would take years to find a team that was better. Instead, they're going to go down as they were the team that was really good way back when, right? Like that's what Tempo Storm's going to be talked about 2, 3 years from now. It seems crazy now, but 2, 3 years from now, unless Tempo is again, unless they're the best team then, everybody's going to look back at the roster and go, oh yeah, they were sort of good, right? But then they just fell apart when it mattered. If they remember them at all. So I hope Tempo Storm finds something that works for them next year as far as a new roster. Because when they fell apart this year, really reflects poorly on what they were trying to achieve overall for Legacy. The SMG Legacy is now tarnished. The SMG Legacy was this close to being like one of the biggest things in the history of Heroes. And at the 1 yard line, it was 1st and 1. They had to win MSI, NA Regionals, or the World Championship, and basically they locked it in. Proving themselves as a real top competitive team. More MSI in the World Championship because then they'd be playing international, and they bombed out at all those. So, real shame. But DK moves on. I'm not sad about DK moving on. I believe they are still one of the best teams in the tournament, if not the best team. So tomorrow we have the finals. What I assume will be first match will be Cloud9 versus DK. This is my original predictions going in, what the finals would be. I thought DK would beat Na'Vi and be sitting here and play Cloud9 right here. DK has looked very vulnerable this entire tournament. And going into this, my original prediction was DK was going to take the finals by beating Cloud9 3-1. I assume this is best of 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if it's best of 5, I'm actually going to say Cloud9 is going to win it. I don't know what the score will be, maybe 3-1, 3-2. I think DK, one of my original predictions I think has proven itself to be very true throughout this tournament is of the top 4 Korean teams in MRR, MVP Black, DK, and Snake, DK is the most beatable by international teams. They played the least Korean out of all the Korean teams. I don't think they put a huge, they didn't do a lot of things that a lot of Korean teams did. Although they did do Lost Vikings with the Sylvanas ban. But aside from that, I don't think DK is playing well. They have to be shooken up after coming really close to getting eliminated in groups by a ragtag team. Cloud9 is going to be riding a very big wave of confidence. They're very confident guys. I know them very well. And I think that's going to be beneficial to them here. I would not be surprised by a Cloud9 route, and I expect them to win. Na'Vi versus Dignitas. You just got to look at history. Na'Vi beats Dignitas. Dignitas may one day change that. I don't think that is this day. I think Na'Vi will probably just 3-0 Dig. But Dig has done amazing this tournament. Finals, Cloud9 versus Na'Vi. I have no idea how this will go. Going into this, I had Na'Vi ranked as the number 3 team. I think that might be number 1 or number 2. I mean, I'm guessing I'm in the finals, right? But I think, just strength-wise, regardless of how matchups went, if they were to play every team, I think the only team that's even close is Cloud9. And they might be better. I'm gonna stick with NA though. I'm gonna take Cloud9 3-2. I think it's gonna be an insane series. Like, I think Blizzard's about to get very lucky. No matter who wins here, and as long as Navi wins here, the finals are gonna be nuts. So be really excited for those. Make sure and check them out tomorrow. I think it starts at 12:15 Eastern. And I'll be doing a Diamond Daily again tomorrow, talking about the finals and day two announcements. I don't remember if I mentioned at the beginning. I'm not. Just a reminder though, even if I did, I'm not normally going to be doing just recaps of announcements and like covering results. BlizzCon is a very special event, and it's a once a year thing. So if you don't like, if this is not the style of Diamond Daily you like, just skip tomorrow's. You won't hurt my feeling, and come back for the next one because next one will be back to the normal thing where me just talking about random stuff, um, one particular subject. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, make sure and check out my sponsor of Stellar Lotus, Alienware, over at www.alienware.com, and follow them on Twitter at twitter.com/alienware. Again, apologize for all the sniffles, allergy season. It happens. Have a good one, everyone.